channel. This is Brittany from SHOPFOXBURROW. I'm SHOPFOXBURROW on Poshmark, Instagram, and Etsy. Or if you are new here, welcome. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I hope that you enjoy it and find it educational. Today's video is something that I did last year, and I thought it would just be fun to kind of wrap up my week's worth of YouTube videos with a repeat from something that I did June of last year, and that is my top 10 sales in June for 2020. Is go over my top 10 sales, tell you how much the items sold for, kind of like where I picked them up. Then I'm gonna tell you about some of the sales strategies I use to move a lot of inventory in the month of June and to kind of keep my sales a little bit steady during summer slowdown and the gradual decline of the amount of inventory that I have on hand. And hopefully you'll be able to use some of those strategies yourself in your own Poshmark closet. Now, before I get started, please just go ahead and give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed to my channel. I do post content every week. I do a lot of stuff about Poshmark and reselling and about fashion too. So I hope that you will join me on my little adventure here on the internet. So I'm going to go in order of lowest to highest sales. This month, all of my highest dollar sales were all on Poshmark. I did have one sale on Etsy that came pretty close, but for this month, everything that I'm going to include in this video did sell on Poshmark, and the sale price was $50 or higher. So I'm going to start with a $50 item, and that is a Zara puff sleeve cream linen dress. I saved all of my white linen dresses and just like white dresses until June, and it was the perfect time to list them because I sold so many of them lightning quick. This one sold for full price to either an Instagram follower or a viewer here on YouTube, and thank you so much for making that purchase, but it sold for $50 and it was so gorgeous. She left good feedback, and I am so happy that it went to someone who will love it as much as I did. If it were my size, it would not have ended up for sale, but I'm glad that it wasn't because I was able to sell it for $50. The next is another $50 sale. I actually featured this one in my 70s boho mail unboxing. I ordered a lot of stuff for a photo shoot that I want to do this fall, but this was one of the pieces I decided would not be in the shoot, so I went ahead and listed it, and it sold relatively quickly. I think about 2 months, and it did sell for $50. The next one was a bit of a surprise to me, but I was so happy to see it go. So back in February, I believe, I went to the clearance tag, the yellow tag sale at either TJ Maxx or Marshall's, and I picked up a bunch of Rachel Zoe pieces. That was probably a mistake. I did end up keeping them to try and resell. They are great colors, so I'm hoping that they do well in the fall because they're definitely more like fall-oriented items. But this Cocoon coat sold as part of a bundle, and it sold for $53. And so I was just really happy to see that move in the middle of June. I mean, it's a beautiful coat and it's a lovely piece, but definitely, you know, in the middle of June. And it's actually funny, I had 3 coats sell in the middle of June, and they're all on this list. So the next 2 are kind of the same thing. I picked up some Driftwood Farrah flare jeans. These are sold at a bunch of different places like Sundance, Free People, Modcloth, and I found one pair that was sold at Free People, and that pair sold for $75. I ended up doing offer to likers on these. I had them priced definitely on the higher side because I paid $25 a piece for them, and I wanted to try and get the most that I could. But these ended up selling for $75 with a shipping discount. And then the next pair was a pair that was sold at Modcloth, and I ended up selling those for $79. Same thing. I did a shipping discount on top of that as well. Driftwood is definitely a brand that is picking up steam on Poshmark. I don't know if more people are talking about it or more people are finding out about it. It is my absolute favorite denim brand, hands down. The embroidery and the cuts that they have and the stretch of the fabric is just perfect, and I think a lot of people are catching on to that because I've been seeing them selling at good, like, high dollar amounts over on Poshmark. I am stalking Poshmark to try and find this pair for myself. They were sold at Anthropologie and I'm absolutely in love with them. And they may have been sold at Sundance too, but if you have them in your death pile in a size 29 or 30, please contact me. The next piece was actually another coat. So I picked up this Anthropologie coat from ThredUp and I paid up for it, but I just loved the mixed print on it. I didn't see a lot of them listed on Poshmark and I just thought it was a lot of fun. It was like more of a lightweight coat, so I listed it in time for spring, but it ended up selling in June. And it sold for $80, so I was very happy with that sale. And another coat in June out of my inventory. It was great. Another piece that sold this month was this green plaid 1950s dress. I had that one listed for quite a while. It was perfect for like fall. It was definitely a piece out of my personal closet and true vintage, and it sold for $86 as part of a bundle, and I was pretty happy with that price. I did feel like I could probably have gotten a little more out of it if I sat on it until fall, but I was happy enough to move it along, especially as part of a bundle. The next item, and I'm definitely gonna butcher this name, is a Marchesa Notte dress that I was able to find at Salvation Army, my honey hole, before they closed. Oh my god, I'm so upset that they're closed. But anyway, I was able to find this dress. I think I definitely paid under $10 for it. I think it was around $8. And it was a really pretty dress that was solid black, but it had a lot of like flair and detail to it, and I had it listed a little bit on the higher side. Someone did come in with like a medium offer and offered me $100, but given that I didn't pay a ton for it and it's such a specific look, especially during this like quarantine time, it's like, where are you gonna wear it? It's not a casual dress for everyday wear, it's more of like a special occasion dress. I decided to go ahead and scoop up that $100 offer, and that was the second highest sale for me this month, so I'm definitely glad that I did. The last sale for this month that was over $50 was this vintage field coat that I found at the Goodwill outlet, and at the time I just thought that it was really cool. I love finding things that say you could find at like Urban Outfitters or Anthropologie, where it's like they're intentionally taking a piece that you might find at the thrift store that's all grungy and making it modern. This piece was actually a true authentic field coat from the 1950s. It was issued, so it served in war, and you could definitely tell that it just had that wear and tear and that look to it. I did model this, but I listed it under men's, and a man came along and scooped it up for full price, and I was over the moon. So happy about it, because even though it was heavy, I probably paid between like $5.50 to $7, something like that, and that field coat sold for $149. So I was very happy with that sale. I had a lot of items in the month of June where people were sending me offers that were a little bit low, and I would counter and they would not accept, or they would counter back, and it just wasn't where I was comfortable. And I actually ended up selling a number of things that I was glad that I held on to, because I sold them at a higher price, closer to what I actually wanted. So it just reminded me that I need to have confidence in the research that I've done and the pricing that I've put out there. When I talk about that, I'm not really talking about like a Banana Republic blouse that is a dime a dozen. I'm talking about those special pieces that no one's gonna find again, and they're just not common, and they definitely have value. The person who wants that piece is going to come along, and sometimes you have to sit on it for a while, but if you feel confident that you've done your research and you've priced it fairly, then stick to your guns, and that's what I did this month, and I definitely had that pay off a number of times. Now, one thing I hear a lot of resellers talk about is how we're not in the storage business, we are in the selling business, and that is true. But I do feel like when you are a seller of vintage, or when you specialize in higher end and higher dollar items, you can sit on them for a little bit longer, because sometimes it just takes a little bit longer to find the person who's willing to pay your asking price. You know, if you picked up a Free People top at the Goodwill bins and someone comes in and they offer you something that's like, you know, but you're still making some money on it, sure, okay, I can see that. In and out quickly, it puts money in your pocket. But if you're making a substantial investment, or you have a piece that you really feel you can get more out of, don't feel like you have to turn it over super quick just because other people are telling you to. You really have to make the right decision for your business. For me, it's a mix of, okay, I don't have a lot invested in this piece, it's a dime a dozen, it's a mall brand, fine, take it off my hands, and also sticking to my guns on vintage pieces or high-end pieces, or just things that I know that I made the right pricing decision for, and I have to be confident in that. So now we're going to talk about sales and how I made some sales this month when it's typically a summer slowdown month, and also cleared out some inventory. So I decided to try the Google Chrome app, Closet Assistant, not for sharing, but when I was looking into them, they just added a feature where they will send offer to likers to your entire closet, or whatever portion of your closet you select, and it takes like no time. So once a month I would spend literally all day sending offers to likers on my closet of 800 items, and it was just exhausting. And I would do it as a tiered thing, so depending on how long the item had been in my closet, I would send out an offer that matched how long it had been sitting. So for example, something that had been sitting for 3 months would get a 30% off offer with discounted shipping. Now, I decided to just go ahead and bite the bullet, and I would probably sell a couple of things a little bit less than I wanted to, but I sent a 30% off offer on my entire closet. And all I had to do was click a couple of buttons, and Closet Assistant just made it happen. And it was amazing to not have to sit there for 8 hours just chugging coffee, trying to get through offer to likers. And this is something that I really wish Poshmark would deal with, is the ability to put your closet on sale, or to run sales that are less manual and less individualized. So I did use this Closet Assistant app for that one purpose. And then I would also wake up in the morning and then send 10% offers on the items that had gotten likes the night before. Or let's be honest, 20% offers depending on how I felt that day. So that was a relief to just be able to do that quickly. Another thing that I did was to have a huge sale. It was 3 items for $20 plus the shipping on Poshmark. I had very few people take me up on the bundle portion of the deal, which is unfortunate. I had marked down over 170 items, and I think I sold somewhere around 5 or 6 bundles of the 3 items for $20. Some people kind of tricked me a little bit and like snuck something else in there that wasn't part of the sale, and I was just like in a hurry and just sent an offer. So I definitely let a couple of things go that way, but it's no big deal. But I also decided to take advantage of closet clear out, and everything that was part of that sale that was priced over $10, I did a price drop down to $10, which is their threshold on Poshmark for getting discounted shipping. And I sold a number of things that way, and then a couple of sales trickled in after that. And now I'm going through the process of going through the remaining listings. There's about 70 or 80 listings that did not sell during the sale, and I am deciding whether or not I want to send them to ThredUp, whether or not I want to relist them, or whether or not I just want to donate them and get them out of my house if it was stuff like books or hard goods or jewelry or something that ThredUp wouldn't take. And so that is taking a lot of time too. But it did help me clear out a lot of space in my inventory for things that I think are going to be a little bit better sellers. As I grow my business, I'm just trying to get rid of some of the, things I might have picked up at the bins and taken the time to list, but if they haven't sold in 6 to 9 months, then why am I still sitting on them? Yes, the work is already done and I've already photographed them, but I would just rather fill my closet with things that are going to get a little bit more attention. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you've enjoyed my week of YouTube videos. Next week, I will be resuming my 2 videos a week schedule, Tuesday and Thursday. I try to get them posted by 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. I had fun playing with a lot of things this week, just trying, background music and B-roll and different things to kind of make my videos a little bit more interesting and not just me sitting here talking for 25 minutes. And I hope that you guys are enjoying the journey with me and that I will see you again next week in my next video. So thanks again for watching, and I greatly appreciate your support. Truly, I really do. Drop me a comment down below and let me know if you have any questions or any comments, and I will get back to you. I respond to every comment that I can, or at least I read every single one. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.